Oh man, you converted it to a Google Doc.
Yeah,
I had it as a PDF. No,
yeah,
because I had like a header on, so it sort of looks weird, but it's all good, I guess.
looks fine. You had it centered.
I had the header, like it wasn't even part of like the doc. So if you scroll down, it comes back up again a
Uh,
second time. Yeah.
Um, Sarah says her Zoom has to be updated, but she's on her way to us.
for Zoom?
Yeah, I mean, I actually got an up. I was told to update my Zoom too, but I just said do it later.
There you go, Martina. Now it's the header.
Yay, thank you.
Okay, so once she comes in, we can talk. We'll talk briefly about the Constitution, vote on some changes. There's not too many. There's only like two big changes. And then we'll vote. So the order that I have that everyone's gonna present is Vinay. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly for treasurer.
Yeah,
Then we'll
that's
have cool. Sarah Berry for graphic designer, Alexandra for fundraiser, Kiara for PR, Sarah Jacobson for event coordinator, Brooke, who is running for secretary, has submitted a video, Will for treasurer, Amadeus for VP, and myself for president. So once Sarah Berry joins in, we will get started shortly.
No one's
There she
competing?
is. No one. The only competing position is treasurer, but we still have some open spots in. We have an open spot in
Transportation coordinator.
that. So, whoever doesn't get treasurer will probably get one of those. Okay, so, hi, my name is Joanna. You guys probably already know me because I have the name underneath my picture. So this is the ski club. Oh wait, hold on. I have to start recording.
It is recording.
Yep, I already recorded it.
Wow, okay, never mind. I take that back. All right, so start over. My name is Joanna. I'm current president of the Ski and Snowboard Club. We're here to talk about elections, and so you guys can hear all the nominations and their speeches. And then afterwards, we will be voting on some constitution changes. So, but first, I would like to introduce Vinay, who is running for treasurer. Vinay, would you like to read your speech and tell us a bit about yourself?
sure. I'm not gonna read it like verbatim because it sounds kind of robotic. But I'm Vinay. I'm a sophomore majoring in biochem and AMS. I've been skiing for about 5 years. It's kind of funny actually. I've never skied on the same mountain twice. But I've skied in probably about 6 mountains now. I was kind of sad to hear the campus would be closing because it meant that I couldn't join the ski bowls for more trips. I haven't been on many, but I'm really looking forward to joining more in the future. I want to become more involved in the club, which is why I decided to run for treasurer. Um, I believe it's a very important in this position in this club specifically, considering how much money is involved in the organization of the trips and of the transportation. I'm the treasurer of another organization on campus. It's the Student Advisory Board for the Honors College. And in that job, I have to handle quite a lot of money because the actual purpose of the board itself is organizing events. So that's pretty much all we do is organizing money for funding these events. I'm also looking to become the treasurer of another club called WotSaves, is a fundraising club. So I have a decent amount of experience with actually handling money and staying organized with that. And I did co-found a couple of clubs in high school, like the Super Smash Bros. Club and a student investment club. So I do have experience with running clubs generally. I know it may be a little bit different in college, but compared to high school, but same aspects apply. Some fun facts about me: I can tie a cherry stem in my mouth, and I've been to over 30 U.S. states. So that's really it. That's all I have to say. But please keep me in your consideration, and I hope to see you on the fall.
Thank you, Vinay. I know that you do have to go to another class, so let's have a round of applause for Vinay. Good job. And so before we continue on to the next candidates, I would like to first. I kind of rushed into it. I would like to introduce the rest of the current e-board, as we're still here. So Martina, would you like to introduce yourself as current e-board? You're on mute.
You're muted, Martina.
I always do this. Hey guys, I'm Martina. I'm the current vice president.
Alex?
I'm Alex. I'm the current president.
He's current treasurer. I don't know if you guys could hear him. Amadeus?
Oh, hey guys, it's me, Amadeus. Oh yeah, I'm
What does it show you?
secretary.
Carl?
What's up? That's me. Yeah. I'm transportation coordinator. Have fun.
Sam? Sam and Sarah?
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm the public relations officer. And
Hi, Sarah, graphic design.
Okay. So, now that we have them introduced, I would like to, before we lose too many people, I would like to go over the constitution changes, if that's all right with everyone. Martin, do you want to share your screen or should I share mine? You're muted, by the way.
You could go for it. I don't have it pulled up right now.
Okay, so it's just 2 changes, and what we're gonna do, I actually forgot how we're gonna vote for it. But so basically, if you agree for the constitutional change, you're gonna put up a thumbs up. Does everyone know how to put up a thumbs up in the reactions? I see one. Daniel has got it. Alex.
Actually, instead of doing a thumbs up, I think an easier way to do it is if you click on participants, it's going to put a list of everyone in the chat on your right, and there's an option to raise hand. So we're going to do, yeah, if you could, please raise your hand now so I could see that you guys know how it works. So we're basically going to say, if you agree, please raise your hand. We're going to count it up. And then if you disagree, please raise your hand, and then we're going to count that up.
Okay,
So can everyone raise their hand right now so I could see and count, and everyone knows how to do it? So again, it should be on the lower part of your screen. There's a thing that says participants. It should bring up a list of people on your right. And then on the very bottom, there's an option that says mute me or raise hand. So you're gonna raise your hand. All right, I see Gauchi and Josh.
Okay, so it's
I still haven't done it.
they did it. I lowered their hands.
Okay, so
we have a total of
everyone
12.
let's lower our hands and then let's talk about these constitutional changes.
Okay, so I will share my screen. If I can find the right screen. You guys see it or no?
No,
Wait.
but actually have it up if you want me to do it.
You see it now?
Yes.
Okay, so we have constitutional change in elections. So previously we had section 3B, all nominees must go through an interview process with the existing e-board members to determine qualification for the position. This will take place no more than 2 weeks prior to elections. So we've decided to eliminate this clause because due to the circumstances of this year's election situation, it was quite difficult for us to gather nominees and therefore hard for us to plan interviews prior to the election. So would you guys like to vote on if we are able to take this clause out of the Constitution?
So if you agree and you want to take this clause out, please raise your hand to the right now.
As a side note, if you did take this clause out, it wouldn't necessarily prohibit us from doing interviews in the future. It would just not require us to.
Yes, that is a good point to bring up, Sam. Thank you.
We actually do, for the next one, could we just do raise your hand if you disagree with it?
We're doing both.
Okay.
I'm waiting. Can someone tell me how many people have their hands raised for this one, or take notes on how many people have had their hands raised?
Amadeus, are you voting?
I'll take
Oh,
note of
yeah.
everything.
Wait, this is for it or against it?
For it. We're voting for it.
For
We're
it.
gonna vote against it right after we get the number of how many people voted for it.
Oh, sorry, I got confused. Yeah.
Sam, I'm not able to see because you're recording if your hand's raised or not.
I can see.
Is it raised?
No. I'll just tell you the votes.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And so now everyone can put down their hands, and whoever who would like to vote against this this clause being removed, please raise your hand.
Not yet. We're still waiting on some people to lower their hands.
Okay.
Guys, please be attentive. I know it's not ideal, but... Okay, so now if you are voting against this clause, please raise your hand.
All right.
Okay. So everyone can lower your hands so we can vote for the next one.
They're all lowered. I can just manually lower everyone's hands.
So our next change is to Section 3 of Article 7. Election dates and e-board requirements may be subject to change at the discretion of the current e-board in the event of circumstances that are beyond their, or in this case, our control. So, yes, kind of goes back to the whole situation that's been going on, like with everyone being quarantined, not being on campus, kind of like chaos in the world going on a bit. Not everyone's mind is on thinking about next year's e-board, or a lot of people didn't even have that many chances to go on trips, because I know there are some people who may have not met the criteria for e-board but would have met had we been able to finish our semester and had they been able to go on more trips. So this is kind of like, it's not going to happen every year, but because such a situation happened this year, we don't know if it could happen again or not. So if you could, please raise your hand if you're for having this statement change in our Constitution.
Alright.
Okay, cool. So those are the only changes of our Constitution. I'm gonna stop sharing. And so now we can continue our speeches for our current candidates. So we have finished Vinay. Sarah Berry, she is running for our graphic designer. Would you like to present your speech? You're muted, by the way.
Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna read it out fully.
It's no problem.
So I'm Sarah Barry. I'm currently a junior, but I'm going to be a senior. I'm an art major, and I have been snowboarding about half a season. But in that time, I really got hooked into it. I always wanted to go snowboarding, and it wasn't until just recently. And then through my friends, I found about the club, and I went on the trips, and I just really, really liked it, and all the trips and the fun. So, I mean, I guess for graphic designer, I do have the art background, and I have with graphic design and all that stuff. So I think I'd be able to make some good posters and stuff, because I feel like eye-catching stuff can bring more people to the club, so it can keep growing and all that, because I want to see the club grow even more, because it's just a lot of fun, and I like the vibe and all that. So, yeah, that's kind of about it.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Well, let me get my reactions out. Good job, Sarah. Our next candidate is Alexandra, running for fundraiser. Would you like to present your speech?
Sure. I'm Alex. I am running for fundraiser. I've been skiing for as long as I can remember. Like, I was that little child skiing on the mountain. I switched to snowboarding when I was 13. So lots of that. So that's why I'm in the club, super interested, whatnot. So I guess having a position would make me more involved. And I feel like it's just a way to contribute. I'm running for this position because I think that I can do it. I've been a captain of sports teams and a leader of scout troops, and never really got any outside funding, so everything was pretty independent in that sense, where we had to raise money for ourselves. So I think it may not be the same, but I think some of it would apply. So that's why I think I'm an alright candidate. So thanks for your time. Vote for Alex.
I'm gonna give you the clap reactions. Next we have running Kiara for PR.
Hi guys, I'm Kiara Sharf. I am a sustainability studies major minoring in French and Spanish. I've been skiing since I think I was 3, and I started snowboarding about 5 years ago now. I actually work at the snow shed, so I have a lot of knowledge about that, about the hard stuff, and also information for people to know about if they're planning on coming on these trips and wanting to know more about where to get their equipment if they don't have their own already. So I'm running for PR because I know that there's so much work that goes into putting these trips together. So I know that with the raised level of engagement, it makes these trips a lot more exciting, fun, and fulfilling, especially for those who put all their time into creating trips. So yeah, I have a lot of experience. I was actually elected for PR chair in Students Helping Honduras. And yeah, so that's about me.
Thank you, Kiara. Our next position, we have Sarah Jacobson running for event coordinator. Sarah?
Hi, I'm gonna turn on my camera. I'm in bed because I don't feel well. I'm sorry.
Oh, feel better.
Hi guys. My name's Sarah. I've been on eBoard for 2 years, and I snowboard. I really like snowboarding, and as usual, the goal of the trip, the goal of the club, and everyone's mutual goal in it is to have trips that are the best possible quality as often as possible. And I would love to continue doing that for eBoard because it's a great group of people and a great atmosphere, and I love being a part of it. And that's why you should vote for me, unopposed.
Good job, Sarah.
I'm done. That's the end of my speech.
Nice. Okay, and then next we have Brooke, who is running for secretary. She is not here today, but we have her video that has been sent. Martina, would you like to fire that up?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna share my screen and show you guys the video. Okay, if you guys don't hear it, just yell.
Hi everyone, my name is Brooke. I applied to the secretary position for the club. I think I'd be good for this position because I actually do a lot of note-taking at my job, which is why I'm not at the Zoom meeting right now. I'm actually at work, but I am a scribe for an eye doctor, so basically anything that the doctor sees in the patient's eye, he'll tell me, and then I'll record it in the patient's chart. I'll schedule the patient's next appointment, and I write a lot of letters that he sends to other doctors, so my grammar is really good. I take really detailed notes. I've only been on one trip with the club so far, and then the virus happened, so I couldn't go on anymore. but I really like to ski. A lot of my family skis, so please vote for me.
So that everyone hear and see everything well?
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
so I am going to stop screen sharing if I could figure
And
this out.
despite Brooke not being here, she still deserves a clap. And then we have Will running for treasurer. Will, would you like to say your speech?
Yeah. 1 second.
No problem.
So, hello, Ski Wolves. My name is Will Robity, and I learned to ski when I was just 3. I'm currently a junior pursuing my BA in Business Management, and I plan to continue on for my MBA in Business Finance. Let me start by saying I would be a perfect fit for the treasurer position for many reasons. During high school, I was a co-treasurer for the PTSA. I handled large amounts of money during fundraisers. I was responsible for, sorry, you popped up. I was responsible for collecting membership payments through cash, check, or Square. I reconciled the balance the bank account monthly. And during my summer months, I shadowed my grandmother, who is a full-time bookkeeper at a graphic arts corporation, and learned many things there. Currently, I work at a gym where I'm responsible for taking membership payments by check, cash, charge, Venmo, and Zelle. And this coming year, I'm excited that I will be interning at a CPA firm. On a personal note, money is my thing, obviously. I'm accurate, organized, adaptable to most situations. I would like to add treasurer of the Sunnybrook Ski Wolves to my growing resume. Please help me make that happen and elect Will Robity as your new treasurer. Thank you.
Good job, Will. I will cut them claps for me.
Yeah, Will.
Next, we have Amadeus running for vice president.
All right. My fellow ski wolves, I am here to wait. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. My fellow ski wolves, I'm here today to talk to you about the most important vote you can make in this upcoming time of crisis. That's right, the annual Ski Club e-board election is here, and once again, I, Amadeus Lipinski, am running for our main 4 position. But I will no longer be constrained by the limitations of the secretary class. No, I will be the future vice president. Second only to Her Imperial Majesty, the vice president is the most coveted position in the illustrious ski board. So, why should I, Amadeus Lipinski, hold this role? Well, I'll tell you. There are many reasons for me to enter the highest position a man can be voted into, the least of which is that nature hath molded me into the ideal candidate for said role. But I'm not here to preach to you about the apex of human evolution. I'm merely here to humbly inform you about my many achievements. Having served as Ski Club secretary for many a fortnight, I'm sure you are all aware of the incredibly detailed emails I personally wrote for every trip and event. In truth, it is not only my emails that I deign to contribute, but my note-taking and leadership skills as well. No one else is as capable of leading a lost and confused herd of initiate skiers through the complicated bureaucratic processes seen on the cold and harsh winter slopes. No one else is as willing to meticulously record every important moment in the club's history. It is this experience and the skills forged by it that qualify me for the seat at the right hand of the ski club throne. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Amadeus, for that wonderful speech.
You're very welcome.
I loved it very much. Okay, so lastly, I am running for president. So, as you guys know, this past year has been pretty interesting, but I'm very glad to say that I was president for all of it, and it was pretty rewarding, like having such an interesting year. Some things we did have some bumps and hiccups in the road, but because I had such a wonderful e-board with me, and because I had so many wonderful lessons taught by no other than Josh Farber, I was able to combat everything, and now I've taken many notes and I've had many lessons to be able to teach how the younger generation how it's done for next year. Being my 4th year on the club, 3rd year on e-board, and my last year in school, I want to see how far we can go and how high we can ski. After all, we do have to make up for a lost semester. So for those of you who don't really know me that much, I'm a philosophy major on the pre-med track. I am from Queens, and I joined Ski Club from freshman year, and that's when my whole life turned upside down. right now, as you can imagine, you and I, we're all struggling about being in the quarantine and not being able to hit the slopes and be out in nature. But that doesn't mean that we should be super upset about it. It just means that next year when it's ski time again, we'll just open it with open arms. So that's why I'm excited for the next ski season. As much as I'm excited to be president next year, it's so rewarding bringing so many people to the mountains and seeing the amazement on their faces and seeing how thankful they are for bringing us there. It's another kind of environment I don't want to leave. So it's like everyone who's so thankful, all of you guys, all of eBoard really keeps bringing me back to Ski Club, to Stony Brook. It's really such a big part of me, of who I am today. So with my leadership experiments, I would like to take the lift to the top once again and take this eBoard down one last run. Thank you. That is my speech. So, yeah, that's kind of, oh, thank you so much. So that's kind of what we have assigned for this meeting. If anyone else would like to talk more about the club or any questions, you know, we still have the old eBoard and the new ones. So it's going to be, it's like one of the few chances we have of everyone being all together. So
If anybody has any questions for any of the candidates based off of any of their speeches, they can ask that here now too.
all right. So it looks like everyone's pretty content with the speeches and the constitution changes. I hope everyone is doing well during this quarantine, staying safe and taking precautions. Yeah, if anyone needs to reach out to me, let me know. I'm here.
Do you want to explain how the voting's going to work?
Yes, that's a good idea, Sam. So Amadeus, our current secretary, is going to be sending out an email to all active members. So, and he'll be sending out an email with our written speeches and the link to the ballot to vote for the new eBoard. You can only vote if you are a current member, which means that you've gone on at least one trip and you are an undergraduate student. Everyone will be getting, all active members will be getting the link, but only those who are undergraduate students for Stony Brook University are eligible to vote. So on that link, you're gonna write in your email, and then you are going to see all the different positions one by one, and you will have the options of who you could vote for. So once you do that, you're all set, and then you can give yourself a pat on the back for being a contributing member to Stony Brook Ski and Snowboard Club. Yep, there you go, just like that. Thank you for the demonstration. So, yeah, any other questions? No? Okay, I guess, Sam, you could stop recording and we can leave this meeting. So enjoy the rest of quarantine and see you next semester, hopefully.
Thank you everyone for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good summer.
Goodbye.